Greetings viewers. Today's video is about the model car groups 118 model of the Ford Escort RS2000 Mk2. Comes in a window box like this. Yeah, a bit of information about model car group. They're a company from Germany. Of course, the models itself are made in China. This first one on the turntable you may or may not be familiar with, but this is one of the first Escort RS2000 Mark IIs that I ever saw. It's from a British TV show called The Professionals, or I think MI5 The Professionals, which was a British crime show, I guess you'd say, from the 70s. It was featured on Australia's ABC, but it was a BBC production from England. They also used a Mark III Ford Capri, and later on both main characters from the show drove the Mark III Ford Capris. I think this one was Bodie's car from memory. It's a mix between the two types of RS2000, because this one has Ford lettering on the boot. This particular model out of the three, it's the only one that's a right-hand drive. The red and the yellow that'll be in this video, they're both left-hand drive. Now these are a sealed body 118. They are die cast. As you see, that's left-hand drive. There is detail on the bottom, but it's not super detailed like a lot of the limited edition 118s. This one's sort of a in-between, like the Bodie and Doyle car, or Bodie's car, I guess. This has the FORD lettering on the boot, but it also has a blue oval and the RS2000 stickers beside the Escort sticker, whereas it should be on this side of the boot. Why I put this one in at second, because I have an Australian Mark II RS2000 in red. So this one was an obvious pick to get. It's a different shade of red to mine because mine's a brighter shade of red. because it's a custom red. And also the Australian ones don't have this pinstripe up the top. They do have the Ford blue oval on the grille, rather than Ford lettering like you'll see on the yellow RS2000 that will follow. This one took a little bit of cleaning up for the video because this one's been sitting above my cabinet in the display room, so it had a bit of dust on it. As it's not a high-end sort of model compared to the usual 118s I collect, I sort of was a bit slack with it, but I think after this I might put it away somewhere covered. Unfortunately, I don't have a spare spot in a display cabinet at the moment for this one. Now, this last one is yellow, obviously. This is a brochure I bought off eBay about 20 years ago, and it's got a red and a yellow one. I believe the yellow's Daytona yellow or Signal yellow, and the red one is Carnival red, and it features I think they were 5.5 inch or 6 inch steel wheel, and they've got the broad stripe on them as well, as they're called, rather than the upper pinstripe like the later Europeans got. The Australian version got pinstripes in place of the broad stripes. I think there's 7. But those wheels on the Carnival red one here, there were 25 of these imported to Australia back in 1976 for race homologation purposes. Some ended up racing at Bathurst, and 1 or 2 of them ended up becoming rally cars. One of them was Colin Bond's rally car. Colin Bond, a driver people may be familiar with as Alan Moffat's co-driver in 1977, but he was quite well, he wasn't his co-driver, he was his teammate in 1977 and 78. And Colin raced one that was nicknamed Snoopy because the nose, some called it a droop snoot or something like that, or a drop snout. And that car, it ended up getting forest wheel arches like the later Escorts got, to run a wider wheel for the rallying. Yellow's definitely one of the great colours. Australia got them in Daytona yellow. I don't know whether it was snow white or diamond white, but it was the white colour. And the carnival red. The interior looks like this. Some of the options that you got with it. This isn't the actual brochure that I bought off eBay. This is just a copy. This concludes my video of the Model Cars Group Ford Escort RS2000 Mark II 1/18 scale model in diecast. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll look forward to talking with you again soon with another video. Thanks for viewing. Goodbye.